Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Lots of things. How are you?
Man, it just depends by the second. But right now in this second, I have everything that I need.
Yay. That sounds good.
Yeah. Now, I think I'm going through some withdrawal, though.
Are you going through withdrawal for the facial recognition comedy podcast?
Yeah, that's it.
What are you going through withdrawal for, Fizaa?
Fucking, I don't know. Porn. Sex porn.
Dick.
I don't know.
Something.
I mean, there's like biology. You know, I'm
Yes.
fighting against biology here because, connections and shit.
We need
Chemicals
to
in the
be
brain.
slutty. What are we supposed to play God and not be slut and not be having sex all the time? You want us to play God and not have sex all okay. That goes against
What's going
nature.
on?
I don't know. I'm saying we should all be fucking a lot more. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
It's natural.
yeah. I don't know. I've always had a weird sort of addictive relationship with it, so.
Truly. Can I
Yeah.
show you something that won't help?
Yeah.
Have you seen this picture of Kumail Nanjiani?
Oh, I already saw it.
Isn't it insane?
I already saw it. I already sent it to 3 people.
Oh my God, he's
And they all
so
asked me if
ripped.
it was real.
It looks like Photoshop. Paul, have you seen this? Fuck, he's hot, dude.
Did you see how he had to? I mean, like, yeah, I think he's cool. I'm not sexually attracted to him, but I don't know him. So.
Wait, but look at just the body, though.
Yeah, actually, that part's.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God! Look, he's got the little Ken doll.
He's got fucking veins. But I like that he
thing.
said the usher,
Yeah, the usher.
usher
cuffs.
cuts. Yeah, the V cut. What is it? Somebody called that. I don't know.
It's like the
Direction.
groin clavicles.
Yeah. But I like that he was like, "There's no way I could have accomplished this without a studio paying for my nutritionists and workouts."
For a year.
I like that. But
read
it's
it.
still. I read it too.
I actually read his long ass caption.
I read it too, and I commented on it because he said, I never thought I'd be one of those people who'd post a thirsty shirtless, but I've worked way too hard for way too long, so here we are. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
LOL.
I found out a year ago I was going to be in Marvel's Eternals, and I was like, that's a DC quote that you used to promote a Marvel thing. So that's what I commented on it.
Damn.
You nerd, you incorrect nerd. But now he's got like,
Yeah, put him on blast.
I just thought it was funny.
No one's reading the comments.
No
though.
one's reading
Let me
my
see it. Let
comments.
me scroll back
The-
up. Scroll
oh,
back
yeah,
up.
you're like, I don't wanna see
Wait,
this.
Scroll up a little. Go down a little bit, cause yeah, right there. At the
That's what I
neck.
was doing. Yeah, the face.
Stop right there.
Okay, well,
Woo!
this is not helping Fizz's.
It actually is, but that's probably because I'm getting hits from
Oh,
it. So,
shit.
But I'll probably, it'll wear off,
it's
and then
insane.
I'll be whatever.
Well, everybody knows
Whatever,
what they're
you never
masturbating to tonight. Kumail Nanjiani's body.
Are we doing that? 'Cause I don't know if I'm there. Well, I don't know. It looked pretty fucking good when you like cropped it.
We're just. This is kind of mean, but like,
I know,
we're
I
just
don't-
not used to his face on this body because he's just a dude in sweatshirts usually.
Yeah, I mean it's not. He's cool.
Yeah, he's pretty.
I don't
I
wanna-
like him as a comic and a person.
Yeah, totally.
He's one of I remember when I wasn't doing comedy, I was like paying attention to what he was doing. I thought he was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyways, I saw that. I just can't get over that today.
I saw it, I read it, and I came.
Who did you send it to?
I sent it to Jill Chrissy.
Yeah.
And I sent it to her 2 more times.
You did not. But it's fine. Oh man. Sorry, that's my news of the day. Is there any other headlines? I don't think impeachment matters. Let's just go back to Kumail's body.
I could have told y'all that.
Huh?
I could have told y'all that impeachment doesn't fucking matter.
I mean, it does, but I meant like in the context of Kumail's body.
It's a show. It's all just a
Impeachment?
show, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's part of the part of why it's important, right? To show other countries that we're holding our president accountable.
Yeah, and I mean it's a good display. You know,
I don't know where the
it's
cynicism comes from, like what you're targeting.
Oh well, I mean it's sort of just this. long-term dissatisfaction with the government, but that's nothing new.
Yeah, but I think the process of like establishing rules at that level, that like anti-corruption rules essentially.
Well, I think it's
is
better than
important.
nothing.
Yeah.
I think it's better than nothing, but
Dude,
also, do I think like, you know, anyone's effective at anything at that level? I mean, it's tough too, because
I mean, I think it's important to like set the precedent of like that they would do the impeachment. You know what I mean? But simultaneously, he's the only president that's getting impeached and campaigning for re-election at the same time.
that's wild.
Isn't that insane, Paul? That's crazy. I don't know. Those are the two things: Kumail's body, impeachment. There's nothing else.
I'm still on Kumail's body.
Right, Paul. Let's go back to Kumail's body. How do we get? We need to be in a Marvel movie before this whole thing ends, so that we can get fit on their dime.
A year. I mean, like he was talking about, like I know why I didn't look like this before. Like it didn't sound like fun.
No, it didn't sound like.
Do you
want
to get that fit? Because that's like.
No, I don't want to get. I don't know. That's like Halle Berry getting abs in her 50s fit.
Yeah, I mean that's like. Do I want to like be in a bikini next to homeboy in a photo? Like, I don't know if I want that much chisel in a man.
Oh, you don't want that in a man.
I mean, it's great to look at, but like.
I'm so good. Oh, you don't want to date Kumail Nanjiani. You know what? I think he's married, so I think it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think that level of chiseledness is what I'm talking about.
What is bad?
Yeah, there's different tiers of.
You're saying you don't want
fitness.
to date someone who's as chiseled as him.
I mean, I do like chisel, but it's like his muscles have muscles, and I'm
His
honestly
veins, dude.
intimidated.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind dating someone who I have dated someone who's been very chiseled actually, and it was fun.
You wouldn't be scared that they'd hurt you.
Nah, this one was the thing with a lot of these jacked dudes is that they're very ticklish. So
Yeah.
I know their weakness.
Where's the first tickle spot you go to?
The right here. Or the feet.
Right by the waist.
Yeah, you know that spot where you just like poke it and they're like, oh, they like crumple.
Yeah.
Or like, I fuck with their feet sometimes just because like they don't see it coming.
Yeah. Well, feet aren't always exposed, so that's like a good go-to.
Yeah.
Just sneak up behind them and give.
I had an ex who
I haven't
like
tickled
hated.
anyone in so long.
I had an ex who hated being tickled because he was like, this isn't consensual, and I was like, no, but you also like grab my butt sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like. It's an intimacy thing.
So would you stop when he asked you to stop?
Yeah.
Okay. But like how far would you take it?
I didn't we used to tickle him when we were friends, but we were always like torturing everybody with like like back in college before we knew anything
about consent.
Well, it wasn't like that wasn't brought into the consent conversation because it wasn't sexual.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why we were like giving noogies to people and fake tramp stamps and like just crazy shit, and we would tickle him. But like in the relationship with him, I stopped pretty quickly, like when he said that, because I was like, oh,
yeah.
Then I was also like, you're no fun. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Harvey said that once.
Who?
Weinstein.
What did he say?
You're no fun.
Oh, probably. Isn't he like fucking victimizing himself right now?
I think they said he's gonna get some medical exam or something. Like maybe does he have poor health?
No, I wasn't talking about physical. There are quotes from him that's like, my work has been forgotten. Like he says he feels like the forgotten man. He says he's
citing all the times that he like promoted and like produced movies by women and all
right.
This stuff,
He was like, he said something about how he was one of the foremost promoters of women in Hollywood or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, cool, but you also raped them.
Yeah, those are not mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what does he think he's hoping that would overshadow his rape?
It's like Chappelle on Cosby.
Rape is more salacious than critically acclaimed movies, okay? You're going to get more attention for your rapes. It's also more recent.
He rapes, but he saves. He saves, but he rapes.
He said, I made more movies directed by women and about women than any filmmaker, and I'm talking about 30 years ago. I'm not talking about now when it's Vogue. I did it first. I pioneered it. My work has been forgotten.
All
yeah.
Right. Well,
fucking, that's what happens when you rape people, you dumbass.
I'll just, you know what? I'll just take that as his diary entry.
Yeah, but it's in the fucking New York Times.
I know. Well,
I hate when it says accusers are livid. Well, like reasonably so.
well, yeah, because that's infuriating to hear.
Yeah, but it's like they're both true. It's like you did it, but
Yeah.
then he also made several lives like miserable, and they
Yeah,
will
no,
never change.
Your work does not make up for your shitty personality.
Yeah, or how you've harmed
Shitty
people.
choices, yeah.
Yeah, being also his work gave him financial benefits. Like those women helped him just as much as he helped them.
Yeah, that was his career.
Yeah, so it's like to put it in those terms.
Like he was volunteering or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's walking around. Isn't he in New York?
He was. I think he.
We'll be in
his
New York.
Trial is happening. Yeah, we'll be in New York. We'll be in New York hunting down Harvey Weinstein.
I mean,
Dropping guests on the next facial rec show.
Harvey Weinstein.
yeah.
That
We'll be
would
in New York
be
this Friday
fucking
for our
terrible.
show at New York Comedy Club Gramercy location.
Hell yeah.
Fuck with us.
Fuck with us.
Promo code FRC.
There we go. Done.
Now back to our regularly
Plug
scheduled programming.
Done. I don't know. Anyways,
I don't want to look at his face.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave it on my phone.
I'm not body shaming.
I'm like,
I
he's
just
my phone background.
don't
I'm
wanna
like,
look
oh
at
no, I'm
his
so sorry. That's another problem is
my
I want to
God.
insult him, but we can't body shame, and it is like a low hanging fruit.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even need to body shame him. He just raped a ton of women.
No, but it's fun to insult someone you don't like sometimes.
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh, it's gonna hurt like other people's feelings.
Man, this is just, like tweet storm. This is going back to like the impeachment shit and Trump, but like tweet storm is a fucking term, a news term.
Yeah, nothing matters.
Wait, what?
I mean,
This is, like in headlines multiple times.
I mean, I think as soon as like the pussy, grab him by the pussy was like a headline, I was just like, oh, like there's not now there can't be decorum.
Was pussy spelled out?
I don't know. I don't know how they censored it or whatever, but when they
Dude.
were talking about it, I was like, oh well.
Speaking of
At that level.
censorship, I did a show at a church last night.
Oh, how was it?
It actually went really well, but like I was so nervous because I tend to get a little anxious around super religious people.
Yes,
Just
I do
because
too.
like if I'm totally myself, it's like they might just think I'm this jungly woman, you know?
Jungly?
Yeah,
What
I-
does that mean?
No, you don't know jungly?
I know jungly, but like
Desi
I know,
term, yeah.
but it's just like in their context, like
Well, like whatever they would interpret vulgar or like, but like I did it, like I did a clean set and
Yeah.
it was fun.
what type
and,
of church was it again?
It was an interfaith church, so that was
Oh,
cool.
that's better.
Yeah, but like there was, there were kids and really old people, but like I think, I don't know, it's fucking around at first, loosen them up and crowd work, and then
How did you do
We
crowd
were-
work? Were you
there was a Santa Claus, like a Santa Claus in a sleigh, but he looked like he was passed out drunk. So
Oh.
before I went on stage, I sat him up, and as I was walking on stage and going to the mic, he started falling face
No.
down, and I was talking about how Santa was like lit. I was like, why'd you let Santa drink?
Yeah, you
And,
gave him too much blood of Christ over here.
And then there were like tablecloth decoration on the wall. So it's just like commenting on that. and,
Yeah,
like, playing with
that's
the
easy.
audience.
That's easier to do clean, I think. Sometimes,
Yeah, I mean, even the material though, because it's just like I think I get so used to saying it a certain way, but a lot of my material I can just do it clean.
Yeah.
I'll just like change it so like how would I speak in front of people like I wouldn't say fuck in front of.
Yeah, I said dumb bitch in front of a child the other day.
I mean,
I forgot.
they're
I
not
was like, oh
gonna-
no.
I'm sure
he's right there.
I'm sure it's
got-
heard it before.
He's got to learn about dumb bitches someday.
Yeah.
Let me be the first to teach all children.
And
What a dumb
bitches
bitch truly is.
all inclusive of genders.
Yeah.
I know a lot of dumb bitch males.
Yep. That's fun though. So you didn't feel anxious at the church yesterday at all after you did your set, or?
Well, okay. So, fuck, two people showed up, And I like it's like if out of all the shows you're gonna show up to the church show, and also
Wait, your friends showed up or
no
fans?
Yeah, I mean like I don't know what to call it.
In between friends and fans.
No, it's more on the
boys.
fans. Yeah,
Okay.
you know how it is after
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
How it can get. It's just like I was talking to the girl who ran the show because I was trying to like duck out or whatever, and yeah, she was like, oh, we can't wait till we get till like we're at that level at all of our shows where we can just like pop into a green room and disappear.
Wait, what do you mean?
You can just leave.
Yeah.
Like, without having to. I mean, I don't know.
Oh,
I'm-
you mean you're at that level now, you feel like?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, that would be nice to
Yeah.
have the access to. I guess, like, fuck the level shit. It would be nice to have access to just, like, leave.
Oh, yeah.
Without having to. Because it's like I wasn't. Like, we're flying out soon. I have so much shit to do. And.
Basically, if people, like, respect your time.
Well, beyond respecting my time, it's one thing if we have like a conversation, friendly. I'll be friendly to everyone, but when I get like sort of vibes like where you're sort of like rustling my hair,
Ew.
when I give you sort of like a it's not. It's like one thing. I'm also giving you a hug, and I'm not really like a huggy person
Wait,
with people. I'm
this-
not super.
Was this one of
Close
the
to.
people who showed up to watch you?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay, I see. That's no.
yeah. So it's like, I do appreciate the support, but I guess it's just like, what are the boundaries? And, like, how do you, because I do appreciate the support, but it's just like, I do not appreciate, like, like being touched sexually.
Don't touch her hair.
Like, by someone I'm not involved with in that way.
Yeah.
But, like, also, like,
You should have tickled him.
I don't want to tickle him. Like, I don't want to see
I
what he
know.
looks like. I don't want
I
to
know.
give him joy like that. Give him the wrong
But like
impression.
self-defense tickling.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should have like just stepped on his foot really hard.
Yeah, maybe.
Oops.
Someone kissed me after I went in to give him a hug. I hate when they like give you a kiss
On
and
the
you're
cheek?
Yeah, but it's like wet.
Yeah, I know all
But
about
you're
that.
like I'm trapped. Like you trapped me. This was a trick. It's like
So they left like spit on your
it
cheek.
was just I didn't say I wanted
Awesome.
to get kissed on the cheek. I gave you a hug, and I went no, and he was like whoa, and I was like no, and like I was like I don't want that.
Train him like a dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a click trainer, and
That's
then
a
I'm
good
gonna be like
idea.
I'm gonna
get a taser. That'll
yeah.
teach him real
Usually
quick.
with dogs, I don't do negative reinforcement. It's only positive. But with men,
Well, thankfully these aren't dogs.
yeah, let's do some negative reinforcement.
Let's leave some scars. Just reminders.
Scores. Taser scores. Taser scores.
So like 10 minutes into like this fucking show, I was like coordinating a threesome via text.
What? Yes. At
yeah,
the
I
church,
don't
you
know.
prayed and they responded. One
I
of the
did.
faiths.
They
let
are-
you-
it was powerful, man. I asked if I could say titty, and they said probably not. But then another comic, I closed out the show, so I saw everyone set, and another comic said tit. So I was like, I can say titty, but I just didn't.
Yeah.
But it was
That's
good to
respectful.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to, like they're, I don't know, because like raised in like our culture, it's like, I don't know, there's such an emphasis on like respecting elders.
Yeah, but I think it's just respecting people if they're like, hey, we want you to do this job and please don't say this.
Yeah, totally. But it's just sort of imprinted. Like I get
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of like taken to the like if an old person isn't, if they act sort of reserved, and especially if they're super religious, it's just it brings me back to a place where I feel like I'm talking to people in my
Auntie,
childhood.
uncle. Yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean, I don't know, at the mosque or whatever. But they were cool. They were really cool. There were some
At the
young people
mosque.
there.
At the
The
monster mosque I did.
Fuck, and I did another show where I was supposed to do karaoke, and the karaoke machine wasn't
Went on,
working,
or-
and I had to just sing a cappella.
Oh, really? What'd you sing?
Fuck, what's that song? Feliz Navidad.
Okay, that's
And
fine.
why did I still have to look at the lyrics, and they were behind me? This shit was crazy.
Oh, that's wild.
It was funny
you
though,
know-
because like I just talk in between, because it was so fucking, the singing was so bad.
Yeah.
So it's.
I did a musical show where I had to sing, and I'm very bad at singing. And I made it, like, I had to make it funny, because I was like, this is going to be sad otherwise.
Oh yeah, you have to. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's just like I'm not gonna fucking
It
make
was-
my whole set a
it was
wash
like a-
before that. That was I
Yeah.
had a pretty good set. So
It was like a parody song, so like it was supposed to be funny, but I had to like like I had to do shit on top of that to be like, I'm so bad at singing. Like, here's extra stuff for you guys.
Yeah, I do like little asides.
Yeah.
I actually like found like ways to weave in like jokes.
Yeah.
Like one-liners and shit. So that was very interesting.
It's fun
and
to like challenge yourself like that, but also sometimes I'm just like, damn, I wish I only had to do stand up. Like I could choose to do the other stuff, but like you get booked on these interesting shows. Like my show, I make people confess after.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
that
why-
was a very interesting confession that I had at yours.
I know it was so
I'm sorry,
serious.
that just came out.
I was like, is there something
Also, that
funny
was, like,
about this?
Also, that was a very intense and insane set. There
Yes.
was a heckler for like
I've-
literally the entire set, but not like a heckler who like laughs too loud and goes, "Yeah." This was a heckler that was like antagonizing.
I tried to stop him partway through, and then by the time I think like,
So I mean, at that point, I already felt raped.
oh god,
So
we
I
should
was
give
like, you know,
some context to this. Look
Oh,
at
yeah,
Paul's
so my confession-
face.
my confession was that I lost my virginity without consent to two people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I think I was just so irritated. I was just like, well, you know what? Yeah, I don't know. I already felt raped.
Wow. Here we go again. I'm like, this is exactly what happened when I was hosting. I didn't know what to say.
You gotta be able to talk about it, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
it
I
was
mean-
just at the show though. It's usually like silly confessions or whatever, just to give them
I mean,
context.
I figured. I was like, I didn't know you
But
were gonna
I-
like go like.
But I riff
Go
on
into depth.
I riff on it. So
Yeah.
so when you said that you lost your virginity in a park, I knew the story you were referring to. So I was like, is there anything funny about that? Like to prompt you to go to the funny part. And you were like, it was without consent. And I was like, that's not what I meant. Like,
I mean, after that, like sort of set, I was just like, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking.
that I was like, I've always been like, someone's going to make, because sometimes I would take audience confessions.
Yeah.
And I was like, someone is going to have something about consent or rape or something, and I'm going to have to figure out how to handle it. And it was you.
Yeah, girl, I trigger you in the good ways so we grow.
maybe not at that show.
I know. I didn't look.
I know. It just came
It just
out.
came out. It just,
Yeah.
Like I was gonna say something stupid, but like,
It happened.
whoops.
Whoops.
Or
Anyway,
maybe I did the raping at the show. Maybe the audience didn't deserve that.
I'm gonna let you make these jokes in the context of your confession.
Yeah. This is an addendum to
This is an addendum.
everything that was said. I think I have the audio.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sometimes most of the confessions, like poop things, wet dreams in inappropriate places.
I mean, I've peed myself like 8 times as an adult, but I'm an old bitch. That's actually pretty good.
save them for the next time you come back.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And we'll have you confess then.
Yeah, I have some. If people are doing poop and pee, I can do poop and pee.
I mean, there's usually only like one poop or pee, and then the other. There have been like financial crimes. that
Oh,
have
I can
been
do
admitted.
crimes.
Yeah, anything.
But that's the thing is like when you said it was stuff that's never been said, I think that's also like a lot of this stuff I'm very open about.
Oh yeah.
So-
I mean, it's like
I think that's why it
can
might have
be-
slipped out, too,
A
'cause
lot
I'm-
of people. There's only been a few that have like absolutely never been said. You know what I mean? But it's the idea of like, oh, this is only happening here at the show.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's so I took that very literally
Yeah.
because I'm open about most stuff, and that like is something like I hadn't been. But I guess that's
I think it's also like the reason I phrase it. I'm like something that you haven't said. I don't know if I think on the promotion I say it's never been said, but like a secret experience, like whatever, is because it really helps comics, including me, like find new bits of
Yeah.
things that we didn't think about before. So that's like part of the fun of like riffing on it is that like they come up with new shit.
well, I don't have any rape jokes.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
mean, I'll
something
tell
that you
what.
would explore?
Yeah, I mean, I'm open to exploring anything. Is that like top of the list? I'm not feeling the most excited about it yet, but like I'm definitely open to talking about. I couldn't talk about it for 10 years. I couldn't even admit it.
Yeah.
I was so ashamed
Yeah.
because it's like you're sort of taught that it's your fault.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought. I was like, oh, it's my fault.
Yeah.
I couldn't even like if I probably blocked it out for a few years, and then I just didn't talk about it.
That's so scary. to be
And
so
that's not
young.
even the only time. Like and I've talked to I was in a car with 2 other women. All 3 of us lost our virginities without consent.
Oh, what? And that was,
All 3 of us. And this was like 3 women. We were on the way to a show.
oh God. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I was it was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it's not uncommon.
Have you kept in touch with these women?
Yeah, they're close friends. But I just had or they're, close comedy friends.
Mm.
But
Have you talked to them about it?
maybe one of them a little since, but like we don't
Yeah.
like this is I didn't talk about it for 10 years, but I've also had, it's also been a long time since those 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not hard for me to talk about. I mean, if my parents listen to this, I'll be like horrified because they'll take it really personally.
Yeah, because they want to protect you and they want to make sure that you're all right.
So, I don't, like that. I don't think they need to know about this.
Yeah.
Or even I think I told my brother and he was super upset. And I guess it makes sense, of course. And I don't want to upset people because it's like, I'm okay.
That's part of the shame of it, right? Of feeling like you can't talk to someone. It's like you don't want to put stress or burden on somebody else for something that happened to you. And
I guess it's just it's not necessarily a conversation I care to have or need to have with them.
yeah.
I feel like there's other conversations to be had before then. And I don't, I'm talking about it right now. So
Yeah.
it's not like I have to put the pressure on them. And I just know them and it would just, I don't know. I think I would feel guilty if I hurt them. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy. Yeah.
But that's
That's not
the
you
wiring.
hurting them. That's somebody else having done something awful.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Narcissism.
We take it. That's so funny.
I mean, it's real though. For them to take it personally, that's narcissistic. But they're my parents. Still love them.
Yeah.
Still love them to death.
Oh man, have you ever talked about it on the podcast before?
I don't think so. Have we?
I don't think we have on this podcast,
Yeah, I
but
don't
on
think-
other podcasts or anything publicly. Have you talked about it?
I don't think I've talked about that specific incident, but I've talked about another. So what's interesting is growing up, I'd see sort of abusive situations, and I wouldn't really understand the dynamic of it, the dynamic of abuse. And I think I have more awareness about it. And there is some shame to sort of look back and see, this is my wording, what I allowed.
Yeah.
So I'm I don't know if that is the healthiest or correct wording, but that's how I guess I've internalized it.
Yeah. That's how I mean,
So
that's,
maybe
that's
that-
the thing that gives me anger about whenever,
So
I
just
have
to
that
the male
perspective.
fans, maybe that helps explain why I prefer, boundaries.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's reasonable even without that experience.
But why,
But why
I
you react
freak
so
out,
strongly?
yeah. It's not personal. It's not personal. It's just I mean, don't play with my hair unless I'm looking unless I'm play with my hair
Yeah.
or pull my hair, daddy. If I don't say that, then just give me a nice little friendly pat on the back. Give me a Muslim hug.
Where they pat and they have their asses
Stick
out.
your ass
Yeah.
out. Poke
We're not touching.
poke your booty out.
Leave room for Muhammad.
I shouldn't laugh at that.
Wait, oh, you're not supposed to? Is it bad?
I mean, again, that's old programming of anything related to the prophet is super sacred.
Are you not allowed to
there's no room-
talk about it? Or
make jokes or make light?
oh,
I mean,
shit.
I'm not a religious person, but it's sort of I think a lot of dogma is cult programming. It's programming.
Yeah, but I
So
mean,
that's fear,
I'd heard the thing about
repercussion.
you're not supposed to have images of the Prophet Muhammad or whatever. But I didn't know.
I think that's the that's the official thing, but culturally, it's looked
somebody's
down
gonna
on.
get mad at me.
Yeah, you know, and you don't know. Like, I'm already pissing people off because I'm wearing shorts. Like, I'm not too far removed from a culture that, you know, I'm not. No one in my family does this, but like, I knew people at the mosque. A little girl, 12, 13, had acid thrown in her face because she didn't.
Oh,
She
God.
wouldn't marry someone, or her family didn't want her to marry some older dude.
Oh my God.
12, 13-year-old girl missing an eye.
That's so
Half her
sad.
face was melted. So she was from Bangladesh, and she was at our mosque, and I think she was in town because they were gonna maybe give her some reconstructive surgery.
Oh, that's yeah.
But so this is the context of what I grew up in and saw, like a lot of slut shaming.
Yeah.
Like my childhood was, and I think like, you know, I always wonder, okay, what led to sex addiction?
Oh yeah.
And it's like, well, I think like oppressing sexuality is a form of abuse.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not saying anyone consciously abused anyone, but this is generational. You know, so I mean, you said it. We should all be fucking.
Didn't isn't it like there was like some stat, I don't know if this is true, but like gay porn is like the highest in like Pakistan, where it's like the most repressed, or what, you know. It's like people are going to seek it out anyways.
Well, yeah, of course.
Damn.
I mean, there has to be some sort of like release. That's just, you know, how we work.
Yeah. We covered so much.
Sometimes people hope that release is prayer, you know, but like.
That's what like the talking in tongues thing is, where people like, people react very physically, very strongly
Yeah.
to like a religious experience. And they talk in tongues, and they like, if you watch those videos, they like lose themselves to religion. That's them coming for God.
Yeah, I mean, like coming through your mouth. Coming with words.
Coming for the big daddy upstairs.
The real daddy. The real mommy.
When he says whose
Dad,
pussy
Mom,
is this, he means it's his, because he made it.
Yeah. What's my name?
That's the
There's
whole
99 of them
Oh yeah.
in Islam, so that would
Dude.
be a really long.
Hinduism, each god has like 100 names.
And they're all part of one god, right?
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's the three. There's Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer. There's so many like trinities, and then they like
Yeah.
have different manifestations on Earth. So they all come down in different forms, and then those forms also have like a million names.
Tight.
So many things. There were full shlokas, like chants and stuff, that were just lists of names.
Yeah.
Just to get us to memorize names. It was like the Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, but for Hindu
Yeah,
gods.
let's hear 'em. Let's hear 'em. Do you remember? Did it work?
No, I don't. It's been a minute since I know some old ones, but I don't wanna-
Lakshmi?
Lakshmi, goddess of wealth. What up? My brother always prayed to her. Very smart man.
Who's the goddess of death?
Kali or
Kali.
Durga. Yeah.
Krishna.
Krishna was my favorite. I loved him because he was there were like all these stories about him being like a mischievous little baby.
Yeah.
And like getting into like the milk and stuff and drinking it, and yeah, I had like a bunch of little Krishnas.
And the elephant. What's his name?
That's Ganesha or
Ganesh.
Ganapati.
Yeah.
He is the remover of obstacles. I think I've told the story of him before on the podcast.
Yeah. He didn't always have an elephant head.
No, he was protecting his mom, who was bathing, and she told him to not let anyone pass so that she could maintain her privacy. And so he stood up to someone who was about to go that direction, and that person cut off his head. And then that person was actually his dad, Shiva, who...
Shiva.
Yep, Shiva. There we go.
So naughty.
Pretty sure it was Shiva. Like, am I like telling this wrong? But he realized what he had done, and that his son was just protecting his mother. Yeah, that's right. I was like, oh my god. I was like, that's like inherent to my core. I like know all these stories.
Yeah.
And then they found the closest living animal, and it was an elephant. And don't worry about how brain transplants work. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
it was the same kid. They woke him up. It was the same kid, but he had an elephant
gods
head.
and shit. You
Yeah,
know?
God stuff.
God shit.
Yeah, and then there's also Murugan, who's his brother, and that Murugan is more popular in the south, and like
Murugan is Ganesha's brother?
Yeah.
Okay, so it would be Krishna's kid. No, Vishnu.
Shiva.
Shiva. Okay, these are all Krishna, Vishnu, Shiva.
Yo,
these are all the
Let's
gods.
do
right?
like a game show buzz-in about
would
like
be
religion.
fun.
We could ask each other different religious questions. You could ask me about Islam, and I could ask you guys about Hinduism. and
Yeah,
stuff.
I actually really enjoy Hindu mythology.
It's really pretty to look at, like the illustrations and books, and it's like they're all different characters, but it's kind of like there's analogies to like Greek and Norse gods where they have like human flaws. A lot of them.
Yeah, the stories are great.
They're pretty. A lot of the stories are just like obey your father or your mother, but
Yeah.
like the stories are pretty fun and interesting.
The characters and
Yeah.
everything. I mean, like, but you were talking about art. In terms of Muslim art, traditionally, we're not supposed to have images of life forms. So that's why there's so
Oh.
much geometric art.
Oh, but that's dope. Those like it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's super
Those
beautiful,
structures.
but like.
yeah.
So when the Mughals came to India, they started making more art
Yeah.
with humans. But when they painted
Oh.
Prophet Muhammad, they'd have like a sheet over his face
Yeah.
because I guess you're not supposed to depict the face. And the idea behind that
Do you-
is
Do you think the KKK is really pissed off once they find that out? They're like, the Muslim prophet also had a sheet? We got to change our whole thing up.
yeah, I mean, well, I heard the Watchmen were actually big fans of Muhammad. you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
following him really closely. But the point of that was, and this is actually, makes kind of sense, was so people did not make him like the end all be all God.
Yeah.
Like it was just like, here's someone who's bringing a message. He's a human. So I understand. I like that. I think that's a cool concept.
But then it kind of like changed because people get so upset about it.
Well, that's where the dogma comes in.
Yeah, exactly.
Beyond, it's like, this is right, this is wrong, instead of like, love yourself and love others.
Truly.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah. That's interesting. I
But
when I was in like
diversity of
Egypt,
life
I think it was
interesting.
Egypt. I might be wrong, but I was in some country and there was like this place that had been a church, a temple, and a mosque, and you
Yeah.
could see the differences in the art as like the wall stuff was peeling back. So like you could tell they just like did mosaics and stuff over each other's
Yeah,
stuff. So it was just like a layer cake of history.
yeah.
It was
wow.
so cool. Yeah.
I love hieroglyphics,
Oh yeah.
and there's like 1,000 years of it, so
Yeah.
it's
I was in
Egyptian art. Ancient Egyptian art.
was it King Tut? It was one of those.
Egypt is Muslim now.
It was one of those kings. I was there the year that Kanye's My Dark Twisted Fantasy came out,
Yeah.
and I was literally like looking at a sarcophagus when I was singing "Put That Pussy in a Sarcophagus." I was like, I played it over and over again. I was like,
Have you ever put the pussy in a sarcophagus?
But it was
That shit was fire.
the first place we went to eat in Egypt. I swear to whatever god, was Fuddruckers. We did. We
Stop.
landed
I'm
really
leaving.
late, and we were like
Oh, okay.
super
Was it
tired.
like the hotel or something?
It was like it was in between. We hadn't
Was
gotten
that
to the hotel yet. Even
airport.
I don't even remember. I
It was
just
just on the way. They just had a Fuddruckers.
there was just like
standalone.
Fuddruckers. Well, it's tourism is the biggest thing in Egypt.
So they're franchising.
So like they franchise, they know how to sell stuff to you. They know exactly where you're from. Like people are like Indian, like they know like all the different
yeah.
groups of people because tourism is like the thing.
Mm.
So that's how everybody makes their money.
Yeah.
So they like know to have like American things for the American palate or whatever. But I think it was just
But
like
Fuddruckers?
convenient.
Like,
It was
who do
just
they think
convenient.
Americans are?
Also, I think it's so funny that it was in like they're
Yeah.
not even a McDonald's,
I mean-
a Fuddruckers.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think they know us better than we know ourselves.
They're like you're gonna like this this thing.
So it's a Muslim country now, but they're profiting off tourism that is based around ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
So it's a completely different
Yeah.
belief system, culture. That's so interesting because in Spain, Islam had spread to Spain at one point.
Mhm.
And then I don't know, maybe they left around the Crusades. That could be completely wrong, but they're not there anymore.
Yeah.
They haven't been for a while. But there's a lot of dope architecture, like mosques with the geometry and the mosaics. So
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it is beautiful. It
Taj
is dope.
Mahal in India.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah. From the Mughal era.
Yeah.
Dude, so I went to a museum in D.C. as a kid when Newt Gingrich was Speaker of the House.
Oh, wow.
And I bought a Mogul book because I was so, like, moved by the art.
Yeah.
Because it's so detailed. There's, like, have you seen that one famous Renaissance painting of hell?
No.
Heaven and Hell. It's like a 3-panel painting, and there's, like, obviously I'm exaggerating, but, like, 1 billion people.
Okay.
In detail. You can you
wow.
can sit there for hours and look at the painting. So Mogul art was like that. There is a ton of people. So and like some of it was violent, some of it was kind of sexual. Or like, like topless women or whatever. So I was like, oh, this is interesting. I bought the book. I saw Newt Gingrich. And I got him to sign it, and he was like, your friend.
Oh, weird.
Newt Gingrich. And I didn't know who
you
who
should
he was.
use that
like, now
to
it's like
not get deported.
I'm
You
like,
said we're friends. We are friends.
my sister wrote her name underneath it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was younger than me, so she didn't want to be left out.
Yeah, that's
I was a little
sweet.
irritated, but
Look,
I thought I
this
was
is
gonna be
us
able to
at the
actually do
Taj
some-
Mahal.
oh my god,
That's me and my family at the
Oh
Taj
my
Mahal.
God.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's a throwback. When is that?
14 years old.
Oh my
I think.
god.
I think I was 14.
Yeah, that looks
I
about right.
I remember I was like, because we always go to Chennai when we go to India, and I was like, Mom, I'm 14 years old and I haven't even seen the Taj Mahal yet. Like, I was so dramatic.
You were
and
like,
completely out of touch. Like, now I'm more grounded now that I'm in entertainment than I ever was when I was
Yeah.
a child.
Oh my god. Well,
But it was-
you're older than ever, so that's
True.
Supposed to experience helps.
I know you meant that as a positive, but that hurt a little.
You're younger than you'll ever be.
There we go. I like that.
It's all
I like that one
perspective.
better.
You're older than you when you were 14.
That's true. Honestly, Kumail's body is giving me hope for the future, because if he can do that,
For the past, present, and future.
yes,
Like everything is good. Where is that? Pull it up. Pull it up. I'm like tapping my veins right now.
Oh
I need
my
it. I need it.
god, it's insane.
Sweet release.
I'm still so confused. It still looks photoshopped because I know his
See,
face.
look, I swear those are the around the pelvis.
Yeah,
Those
he's
are
got
like
the cut.
clavicles.
Yeah, he's got the cut. Well,
They are like clavicles.
they
look,
are
they're
very
bottom.
similar.
Look at that shit.
It's insane. Okay, we're just spending.
Oh, he shaved his. He's doing some male groom. I'm not mad at that. Who oiled him up?
He
Camille,
did
who
get.
oiled you
Yeah,
up, bro?
he did get oiled up.
Oh my god.
I want BTS video of the photo shoot of him being awkward, because like there's I remember at our photo shoot, like I
Yeah.
felt so awkward, but then so many cool pictures came out of it. But it's
Yeah.
just like, and I remember you were like almost like falling over on the paper stuff, but then all your shots came out like so nice. Like,
on the sofa.
yeah, well, not even on the sofa, like on the backdrop. There was a time you almost like fully fell over.
That sounds about right.
but it was like all your shots came out great, so it's just funny like that people are.
I mean, I think all your shots came out great, but wait, don't. I need
it's
to
okay.
still-
She's just
I just
draining
need to
my
be able to
battery
glance at
for Kumail.
Oh God,
What?
potential dick appointment.
Did you get your threesome?
No. I mean, there's all parties have consented.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
just there has
Two
not
girls,
been-
one guy, or
It's a couple.
oh
It's a couple that I know
oh
and have a history with.
oh. I think I might know.
I mean, I don't want to put people's business out
We're
there.
not
so
putting it out
yeah,
there, but that's exciting.
it's again, I have to look at sort of like what's my mental state.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm not the most stable person. Surprise, guys.
What? No, I don't think any
But
of us
I'm
are.
I'm pretty for an unstable person. I think I can handle I hold my shit together.
You do. I don't.
Like
I
an
actually. I said what, but I felt like none of us are stable because we're all in entertainment.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I feel like you're pretty. Like you figured your shit out. You're like figuring it out, but you
Yeah.
like know that you're figuring it out. You know what I mean?
I'll be okay.
Yeah.
I will be okay. I'll make sure that I'm okay. That's like ultimate. But obviously, like if I gave out details of my life to my family, they'd be horrified.
It's so you always go back to your family. You're always like, this is my life. If my family,
Oh, it's separate. I had like a double life growing up.
yeah.
Like, because we didn't talk about dating.
But it's just interesting that when you talk about the context of your life, about your own centeredness, you always go back to your family. You're always like thinking of that.
You know what I think it is it's almost Christmas. I'm coming back soon, and I'm like, how am I going to deal with this? Because, it's
Just
like
stare at this body.
yeah, you're not wrong. Look at his little side eye. Look at his little eyebrow up, trying to be
I
sexy.
know.
I'm not mad at you, Kumail. Oh shit! And he's an innie.
Oh,
Mm.
most people are innies, right?
Well, yeah. If I can give him a little finger.
You like fingering innies?
I mean, how can you not?
I don't know. I feel like some people don't clean their
I finger innies and I diddle outies.
diddle outies.
Oh god. I feel like I should.
Okay, wait.
torture.
So this threesome, was it their suggestion or yours?
Initially, the dude.
Of course. Of course.
Let me just actually. You and Paul should talk so I could figure out.
She's got to figure out this threesome, Paul. So
I'm not doing the threesome tonight.
but she's got or the dick appointment or whatever.
Yeah, this might
What's up,
be-
Beck in?
What's up, Paul? You and I don't have any dick appointments to arrange, so we're here.
They're already in the calendar, anyways.
Yours are?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Can we start?
Can we start a GoFundMe for?
Can we start a
to get
GoFundMe
Pallavi
for
some dick?
dick? This is so boring. Every week I'm like, I'm not getting dick. I realized
What are the latest prospects?
there are none.
Oh, okay.
But I think that now my life is changing up a little bit. I might have more time.
All right. So no
Sure.
dick appointment.
Oh, well, I don't know.
All right.
But I don't know. I like,
Pallavi can sign in as an alternate.
yeah, put me in, coach. Or it's like you
super
normally
sub.
say, put me in, cooch.
Shout out to DJ Cooch.
Yeah, maybe I'll start taking applications again for dick appointments.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the LA thing is like, I need dick, but then they're like, yeah, but the inbox is closed.
Yeah, that's true. My DMs are closed, but I still need dick. This is my twilight zone. My 20s and 30s is my
Jordan Peele, Kumail.
my pussy twilight zone.
Wasn't Kumail?
He's
involved
married.
but wasn't he involved with the new Twilight?
That was a fucking click
Oh,
tease.
yeah.
There you go. Call back.
Oh no, it was Jonah. Was it Kumail?
Yeah, it was Kumail.
Oh, I don't know.
Hell
Interesting.
yeah. It all comes back to Kumail.
It all comes back to Kumail. How long did you stare at his picture today?
Oh, for a while. We can I name drop? Not to
Yeah, name drop.
So we had it was me, Adam Ray, Brad Williams, and Sandy Danto. We're supposed to have a show tonight in the Comedy Store,
Mhm.
but we got bumped by Bill Burr, of course.
Ooh.
So Bill Burr's running his hour tonight, so our show got bumped, and Brad was like, he's like, I finally figured out who can take care of our Bill Burr problem, and then he sent the picture of sexy Kumail.
That's crazy.
He's
And you were like, what?
Yeah, I was like, dude, that's Photoshop.
I first saw
sure.
someone Photoshop Thomas Middleditch's face onto someone's body, like ripped body, and I was like, what is this? And I was like, it must be something. And then I saw Kumail's, and I was like, this is fake. Oh shit!
Kumail's
Like,
is real.
because someone else.
He still
yeah.
got a goofy face though.
Yeah, but that's his face.
Exactly. You can't change your face. He's gonna look like Joan Rivers.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but like dudes, like they don't need to have good faces.
He looks like sexy Flanders.
He sexy brown Flanders.
Yeah.
Oakley dokley. What was it? Feels like I'm not wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. In his ski suit.
I know everybody's talking about. Even like my guys sent it to the group text, and they're like, "We got to get film ready, guys."
Literally everyone's in the gym right now.
Yeah.
Somebody, Chelsea Handler was like, well, I guess anybody can get fit or whatever. And it's like, he said that in the caption, but also, ouch. That's wild, though. He was just wearing, I remember I was watching the last season of Silicon Valley, and I was like, he looks thinner. Or something's, like, different about his face.
It's amazing what happens when you have financial stability.
It is truly, like, but that's the thing is that so many people, like, this is the thing that I'm having issues with, is that I have bad exercise and eating habits, and part of it is just being, like, tired and broke.
Yeah,
like, a
exactly.
big part of it. Like, people who are famous, like, they have fucking access to, like, plastic surgery and all this other stuff, but they also have, like, chefs and nutritionists and people, like, that are just paid to, like, bring healthy food to them.
Yeah, or healthy food just costs more. In
Yeah,
general.
that
It's like,
too.
oh, you want that salad? It's $5 more than
Yeah.
anything else on this menu. It's
Or, like,
ridiculous.
avocado is, like, $80.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah, I don't know. I think that's one reason I want to make it is just to, like, feel healthier.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back.
Did you get your
Fizaa.
dick appointment?
No, it was a clit tease. It was a he said I can meet today, but he meant to say I can't.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
He couldn't even find the T on that can't. How can he find it on the clit?
Yeah. Well, that's true. He hasn't made me come for a very long time, so maybe it's
Whoa!
time to,
Send him this episode, honey.
yeah. It's okay. There's others who have, so.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Deal with that, dumbass bitch. With
Nah.
dumb bitches.
I'm just a little agitated because I told you I was already in withdrawal, so it's not personal, Pally.
Women can. Did you just call me Pally?
It's not personal, Pell. You
No, I
just
was
can't make me
talking-
finish.
I was
I
like,
was
are you talking
talking to
about
the
the
dude. I was
wines?
talking to the dude.
Well, also, that's a nickname I have been called before. Women can get really mad when dudes withhold. Because that's a thing of like
Well, that was
women are
my-
known for, but it's like we're horny as hell too, dude.
Well, that's my thing. It's just like it's just all these men out here. It's like you can't expect one thing from. You can't expect everything from one. It's like this fucking generation's pathetic.
You have
all generations of men are truly pathetic.
You rail against
Okay, first off.
hold on.
Paul, it's
you
not personal,
rail
and I'm
against
generalizing, but it's true.
You rail against the there can only be one in every facet of your life.
Yeah, truly.
You're
truly.
like, I'm here to make sure that there's diversity in dick in my bedroom.
Really though. Oh God, fuck. I think when people, people can tell when you're like irritated.
I wish this was live.
I did feel like a girl last night, though.
What happened?
When I had, the girl was trying to come over, and I was like, I'm editing right now. And they're like, yeah,
Can
it doesn't
tell.
matter. Drop it down. She's like, I'm trying to.
Well, I have the upper hand now, and I can just say, because now it's sort of being pushed to tomorrow, and I'm flying out tomorrow, and that's the thing, is like, this is too, it's like, you know what? Like, I'm glad that's convenient for you, but what about my fucking schedule?
Dude, Fizza's energy totally just shifted right now. Did you feel that? She was like, hold on, I've got this dick appointment. And then she came back with
That's
like,
the difference.
how dare
That's
you?
the difference
This
an
little
apostrophe
dick.
T makes.
Yeah. It fucked up the energy.
She went from excited for the deed to completely putting it on blast on a public
To,
forum.
to upset about the T.
You can't even make me come anyways. Anyway, on to the next one.
Yeah.
I mean,
That was rough.
like I was being,
The
being
sex
nice,
or-
and then it's just like, okay, when, someone pushes a button, it's like, well, here's the rest of the truth. So,
Paul and I are like, what's happening? But I like it.
Do you call your pussy the truth?
I do. It actually has 99 names, and the truth is one of them.
There we go. Goddess status.
As long as it doesn't have 99 problems, that's good.
I mean, there's also that. That's why you have to regularly get checked, everybody. OBGYN, always have one.
Yeah, I had mine
that pap
all
smear.
clear, clean as a whistle.
99 problems,
Are
and
whistles
cervical
really clean,
cancer
though?
isn't one.
Clean
What?
as
Because
the
whistles-
They're
proverbial
disgusting.
clean ass whistle. Yeah, whistles are fucking
Yeah,
disgusting.
they harbor saliva and mold.
Yeah, but you know what?
Moldy vagina.
Knowing that I fucked around with this dude, it's like, who knows what the fuck I got?
Damn. She's very upset.
I'm, just like,
You're going into
I'm
the
like
new
feeding
decade.
into it now.
I
'cause
know.
It's kind
She's
of fun.
she's like, I'm gonna be the bad guy. I'm gonna be the villain.
You're
Let me riff,
You're
y'all.
shutting down
Let me
everybody,
riff.
including yourself.
I
You're like,
know.
who knows what's in this pussy? Who wants to hit it?
Yeah.
No, but that's the thing, is
She's
like,
like, my
I'm-
pussy's disgusting now because of this guy, but it's still my pussy.
It's still the truth.
It's still the truth.
2020 Grammy pussies.
But I am actually pretty particular. Like I think having multiple partners is great, but like it's still like, it's not just anybody. They're still like,
Vetting.
yeah, I mean, I would say relationships, but then I think all the men would have aneurysms.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's give those men aneurysms.
Let's label. I don't like labels, but like,
I
but
think-
goddamn, like,
I-
okay, we need language to communicate.
I think that's part of the reason that I'm so
Effectively.
single is because I'm like not afraid. Like the last guy that I liked, I was like, hey, I like you. Stop being a dick to me. Like I literally was like that. I was like, yeah, I think I could like you, but you're being mean, so I'm not gonna deal with this anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's fun to call it out.
Should I just
Be like, we're dating, bitch.
should I just wash my hands and be like, nah, but see, that's the thing is I'm pissed. So
Well, if
it's
you're
like, am I
touching your
being
dirty pussy,
reasonable?
then for sure wash your hands.
Well, if it's clean as a whistle.
No, wait, let me go wash
You
my
got
hands.
whistle
Yeah,
hands.
that whistle's gross, man. Wash that whistle.
No, man, my shit's clean.
Wash that whistle.
Yo. I'm all about
My
that
shit
phrase.
is clean.
I am about it
That's
too.
great.
Okay, Fizaa has a clean pussy. I'll just make it a joke, everybody.
Did Zara die?
No, I mean, I hope not.
We don't know. Zara is on. Zara was supposed to be on this podcast episode like that other time. We didn't know
Oh,
she
yeah.
was coming.
Oh shit! Should we call her? Or are we doing 2 episodes today?
Yes,
Is this
we
a-
are. I think we should wrap this one up.
Oh,
Yes.
We've learned a lot here today, folks. Mostly, everybody go to Kumail Nanjiani's Instagram. We've also learned about, how quickly
over
you can turn.
we're doing it in summary.
Yeah, in summary, I'm just trying to recall all the shit that just happened.
Did we write it down?
We talked
yeah.
about very serious stuff in the middle, and then we got out of that.
Yo, this is so funny. Are you gonna listen to this at the end for writing the description?
No, I wrote down some stuff, and I think a lot of this shit is now imprinted in my brain.
Yeah.
Well,
we have
Paula's
to be able to
also
talk about
shocked.
shit.
Yeah. I mean, if Kumail can turn his body around.
We can turn this podcast around.
Sometimes
All right.
we gotta go dark sometimes.
We do.
Gotta
Okay.
Keep it real, man.
Here we go.
happens.
I'm
And
the
if
weirdest
you
boner.
what?
What?
You have a boner,
I'm just joking.
You
Paul?
have a boner or an
Joking.
Audi?
Yeah. Do you have an Audi? Paul got quiet.
I'm done.
He's
Done. Oh, now you're done. You got asked if you got an Audi. Now you're done.
I'm done with this podcast.
Wash that whistle. I think we found a title.
There we go.
Okay. All right, you guys, we're gonna be at New York Comedy Club, Gramercy location, 11:30 p.m. December 20th. Tell everybody be there. This is coming out tomorrow. This week. This fucking Friday. Come out. FRC promo code. We're also gonna be back at Westside Comedy Theater the second Sunday of the month, which I believe is January 12th. 9 p.m. And then we're also going to be at Sketchfest twice.
At the 24th of January, we have I believe, an 8 p.m. show and a 10:30 p.m. show at Cafe de Nord.
Get your tickets now. People are already buying them. And we'll have merch there and stuff if you want to like buy a shirt.
Yeah, hit us up
buy
if
some
you
stickers.
have specific requests. Also, if you're an SF, because we actually have to get some more T-shirts.
Yes.
We need more dude sizes.
And don't forget, if you subscribe to our Patreon, we will give you a call at some point on one of these episodes.
with your consent, of course.
Truly. We've learned a lot about consent today. But yeah, we'll give you a call. Subscribe, patreon.com/facial recognition comedy. Zara isn't here, but she's really Zara, Zahra. I'm Pallavi Gunalan, Pallavigunnalan.
Oh, I'm Fizaa Dosani, Fizaa Dosani.
Paul.
Follow me at The Paul Antonio. The Paul Antonio Show on iTunes, episode 1 with Pallavi.
Hey, there we go. All right. Fizaa continues to be disappointed, which you'll hear about in the next episode.
Well, now it's a text from my mom.
Oh, she's definitely not giving you dick.
Wash that whistle.
I know, I came out of it, so.